everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're good, hope you're well. I'm Chris Milan, nice to meet you if we haven't met yet. In today's video, I did a rundown of working it out in your 20s and my best advice to anyone going through their 20s and they're just like, what the hell is going on? I went through this whole video and I also explained why I'm back to leave outs and I'm done with the frontal gang. So if you'd like to hear more about my hair journey, keep watching. This hair is from Uni's hair and I will leave all the details of the hair down below. But keep watching to hear some gems of how I feel about being 20 and going through the motions of life, of growing up, and also how I do my everyday makeup routine, because honestly it's quite the look. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, all that good stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys! I'm not gonna lie to you, I've had an emotionally trying month. Like, it's honestly been so exhausting, but we live, we learn, and we keep going. At some point, we have to decide what we want in life and what we're working towards. By the way, I'm currently using the Becca primer. This is everything that keeps me oil-free. We're at a point in life where we kind of have to decide the things that we want and start making the decisions to go get it. Now, some of us may have started this a little bit earlier, like myself, and some of us are still in the stage of working out what it is exactly that we like or what we don't like. And being between 20 and 25, it can be a difficult time because we're juggling a lot more than figuring out what we want work-wise. Like, it's strange because it's like you're halfway an adult but you're still a child. And the reason why it gets so difficult is because parts of me are still very much a child and parts of me are starting to venture on into adulthood. So stuff like paying your own bills, still living at home, parents still cooking you dinner. Anyways, we're still figuring out like the boring parts of adulthood, like how much pasta needs to be boiled for one person. But we're also starting to make very adult decisions. So that place of responsibility can start to feel a little bit airy-fairy, because it doesn't feel like we're an adult, because we're not really, like, we just turned 20, but then it's like, if I don't make these decisions now, then my 30-year-old self might be in a completely different position. We, like, a lot of the times we're just chilling, watching Netflix, going about our lives, and it's like, oh shit, I need to start making adult decisions before life comes and takes me at 25 and I'm still at home with no savings. You know, that type of thing. So there's still very much a mismatch with how we do things, which is why I find being 20 difficult, because you're halfway an adult but you're still also very much a child. But you know what I mean, like the responsibility is very much split. You have like halfway adult responsibility and halfway child responsibility. And obviously this video is going to sound very dramatic, like it's in reality, like it's never that deep, but when you summarize something, this is just how it feels. So it's like you're at the point now where half your friends are moving out or like getting engaged, and half your other friends are like moving out and living with their, like, not friends but age mates. Half your age mates are like moving out and making moves to be parents, and then half of you are like still living at home just watching TV, then the other half is like buying their first house. Like, there's so many things happening. Like, it's a lot. There's a lot of noise going on in the 20 realm. Like, everyone is just doing all sorts of different things. We're judging everyone else's what they're currently doing with our own measures. So it's like, oh shit, why am I not doing that, or why am I not doing this yet? Just, you know, stuff like that. Like, we're judging, like we're wondering why we're not there yet, and we're wondering what we're doing. So that's really the overall battle that we're having. And it's like you hit the realization that you can't be a famous teen actor anymore because you're not even a teen anymore. Like, you know, these realizations, when they hit you, they hit you. It's just a place where it's just like, oh shit, like there's a lot happening right now. So it's either I'm moved or I get left behind. That's where we're at. But it's hard for a lot of people to realize that because life happens very slowly but also all at once. So if we don't do something now and then we look back, it's like it's gone. But at the time, we just, like, you just never realize at the moment that you're in it. I've been using the Toofaced foundation in the color Brulee. The color's a little bit off, I'm not gonna lie. However, when I posted that I got it on my Instagram, if you guys are on my Instagram, follow me on Instagram. everyone was like, it's the best foundation ever, blah 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 blah. I was like, yes, and can't wait to try it. Let me go buy it with all my money. And I got it, but the coverage, like, it just makes my face look strange. Like, I don't know if it, no foundation beats my Charlotte Tilbury foundation, no foundation beats my Estee Lauder. Compared to Estee Lauder and Charlotte Tilbury, I didn't really like the Too Faced. I don't know what it was, the formula, the coverage, like something about it just doesn't quite click with me. I was even thinking, do I have a hairy face? Like, do I need to shave my face? Those are the feelings you're always feeling. So, okay, part of you wants to try really hard because you're like, oh, like, it's time to make career moves, be a girl boss, blah, 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 blah. But then you're also like, oh, I'm so young, like, I'll just watch TV, I can deal with this tomorrow. But, like, it all adds up, you know? Yeah, so there's always this conflict of, oh yeah, I'm still young, I have time. And then this feeling of, oh, geez, I'm running out of time. Like, Connor Walker is 25 and she's already a multi-millionaire because she started when she was 17. And I'm just sitting here making lemon water every morning. Like, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in this age range that can make us feel inadequate or inferior or just everything. That's, I always put too much foundation on my hand. I need to stop that. I don't have the money for this. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot going on to make us feel like we're just not doing enough. And there's also a lot that everyone else is, that we also feel like we're too young to be stressing ourselves with so much. So there's always a conflict between the two. Now, my solution to this is the only lane you should be focused on is yourself. But at the same time, use the people around you as inspiration to be where you want to be. So it doesn't matter what age you are or how long you have left or what you haven't done yet. Anything that you want, you can have it now. But if you also don't really want it, then you don't need to stress yourself, because there's like, you don't need to think, oh my god, she's doing so much and I'm the same age and I've done I've done nothing, because it doesn't matter. Like, you're on your own journey and that person's on their own journey, so you can only ever use that person as inspiration. But if that's not what you want, then what are you trying to get inspired from? So me personally, like, I'm trying to do it all right now. I want to have it all as young as I possibly can, and because I've made that decision, that's my responsibility to work on. But I'm doing that for me. I'm not doing that because I feel like I need to catch up to anyone else. I'm doing that because that's what I've always wanted for myself. So I think it's about making that decision of what it is you want, regardless of your age. If you want something right now, you work for it right now, and you keep working at it. Yeah, you keep working at it until you've gotten it, regardless of the age. So if you want something right now, now is when you should be working on it. Like, you shouldn't be like, oh, I'll do this then. If you want it now, go for it now. Like, there's no reason why you shouldn't. It's like, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of people want, but again, it's also about prioritizing. Like, if you're in uni right now and uni is a priority to you, but you want to be a millionaire right now, it's a bit of a disconnect. Like, a lot of people that are millionaires in that time period, they had to drop out of uni to reach that. So like, you have to prioritize what's most important to you. If your goal for right now is to finish uni in the best possible position, then you focus on finishing school and saving money at the time. Or if your only goal right now is to finish uni with the highest possible degree, then you put all your energy into that, and everything else can wait until after. So it's literally about prioritizing and making a decision of what it is that you want. There's this saying in this book that I read that was flipping amazing. It was called, what was it called? It's called One Thing. I don't remember who it was by, but it was called One Thing, and I'll put it here. And it basically, like, it just goes through the idea of, if you chase, what was it? Like, if you chase 3 hens, you catch none, or just something about chasing too many things at once means you won't catch any. And obviously, as I said, there's no reason why you can't have everything you want, but to be great at it all or perfect what you're doing, you have to take the time out to pay attention to it. And if you're not doing that, then it's only going to be mediocre. Everything will be mediocre instead of one thing being great. So as I said, make your priorities and focus on those things. Now, I'm currently in uni, but I'm still, like, I'm having a massive conflict because I personally don't feel like what I want to do needs university, but then part of what I want to do later on in life might need it. So There's that, and there's also the aspect of I could drop out now and what I want for my life is still very much available and possible to me, which is great, but then I've set a challenge for myself that I want to finish something, or I want to discipline myself to do something that I don't like or I don't necessarily enjoy. Now, I'm the type of person where it's like, everyone knows this, if I don't like something, you're gonna hear about it every day, all day, and I'm not gonna stop until I'm done doing the thing that I don't want to be doing. Like, I hate doing things I don't like doing. I like enjoyment. If I like doing it, I'll keep doing it. If I don't like it, then I'm not gonna do it. Simple as, like, it's dead simple. Now, uni, I'm enjoying the content of my course, but it's taking away from the time that I'm trying to spend on being the girl boss that I want to be. So my priorities right now is so I gave myself the priorities that I need the discipline to get through uni, so I'm gonna stay, but I'm also gonna try my hardest to balance that with being a girl boss. So my challenge right now is to figure out the balance between both. And since I've set myself that challenge, it's become less of me crying every day because I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and more of me finding a routine that's allowing me to enjoy or handle one while loving the other. Because sometimes life puts us in positions where we don't want to be doing something, but we have to juggle it with something else, and I don't want to be unprepared for that position. I want to be ready. So it's like, if I can get through uni and still do what I want to do, then I will know that I have the strength in me, even though I'm great, I have strength anyways. I need to prove it to myself that I can do something that I don't enjoy and put effort into it while also doing something that I love. But you have to make your priorities your priorities. You have to decide what you want from early so that you can start working on them. You might not exactly know what your end goal is, but there has to be something that you're working towards, and on that journey you'll find exactly what it is that you want. So yeah, you might not know exactly what it is you want, but there's things. You have to be very self-aware. That's what I'm gonna say. If you're not self-aware, then life will kind of just happen to you. But once you're self-aware, you will start to assess your feelings and know what you want and know what you don't want. Now, so I left college when I finished college? 18? Yeah, I was 18 when we finished college. And at the time, I didn't go straight into university, so I had a lot of time to like focus on myself, which was the plan. Since then, I've tried so many different things, so I'd say I'm at a little bit of an advantage because I know exactly what it is I don't want, and I'm starting to understand more of what it is that I do want. So I'd say I'm at an advantage, but you won't, if you don't know what it is you want, then until you start trying these things out, you won't know if that's actually for you. Because you might think you want something, and then, I don't know, you do like work experience in that field and you're just like, well shit, this isn't what I thought I wanted. So I'd say it's important to try absolutely everything out. And that leads me on to the next thing. I've seen people put concealer around their nose and I don't really understand why, but we're gonna test it out. Anyways, what I was saying. So I've had my fair share of trying a lot of things out, so I'm very much, while I don't know exactly what it is I want yet, I know exactly what it is. I know exactly what direction I'm trying to go down, and wherever I end up on that path, it will be something along the lines of what I want, because I know what I don't want. Because I've tried out the things that I like doing, or tried out things that I never thought I'd even planned to do, but because I've been going down the route of what I wanted, I fell into opportunities that weren't necessarily what I had in mind, but they gave me some insight into what I wanted. So I think in your 20s, it's a time where you need to try absolutely everything. And it doesn't matter if you fail, but you trying just brings you one step closer to figuring it out. If you don't try, you won't know what you don't enjoy. And if you don't know what you don't enjoy, then say, I don't know, in your head you're like, I'm gonna start this business and this is what I'm gonna have. And you're like, I'm gonna start it at this point in my life. Now, you set everything up in your life to start this business, and then once you start, you'd realize that you actually don't enjoy being an entrepreneur. You'd much prefer working under someone else. And so you left kind of like with your dick in your hands, because you haven't tried anything else. So now you're just like, okay, so what do I do now? And what you thought you wanted isn't necessarily what you did want. So my best advice is literally your 20s are a time to try and fail everything as far as you can. One of my mentors said to me, the best advice that he can give me is to fail fast. Do it, fail it and get better. Like, that's it. Literally run, go for it, fail, learn, and get up again. Just keep going, fall over, and get up again. And that can be disheartening because it can be like, why is nothing working for me? But you can't see failure as, you can't see it as a negative. Failure is how we learn. And if you haven't failed, honey, you've been living in a bubble, and I'm scared for the day that you do. Relationships in general. Now, around this time is when friendships start to go through the real test, because you're no longer, well, you're possibly no longer in the same institution of education, but so your friendship is based on whether you guys actually want to be around each other. Now, in school, it's so much easier to be friends because regardless of when you speak to them, you're going to see them every single day. Now, in the life of adulthood, you have to literally make time for the people that you want in your life. And now I just look like, I don't even know what, but hey. And this is a time when people start to annoy you in ways that they never really did before. Oh gosh. The people in your life aren't necessarily as permanent as you thought they once were. Start to realize, do you know what, right? When you're 15 and everyone starts to act up or whatever, you start like, it's whatever, like people act up, you're 15, doesn't matter, you're all gonna be friends again. Or maybe you don't like them and you don't want to talk to them anymore. Maybe that happens sometimes too. However, now that you're 20, 21, 22, and people are having behaviors that maybe you've grown out of or that you don't have anymore or that you just can't seem to tolerate anymore because, I mean, like, as I said, at this point, everyone in your life is there by choice. Anyone that you don't want there, bye-bye. You start to realize there's a lot of people that you may have been friends with before that you don't necessarily care about having in your life anymore. You don't really want them in your life anymore because of whatever reason. First, I'm going to use Puree. Honestly, guys, the Toofaced palette, absolutely loving it. Just loving it. Pinks, brilliant. I love pink. Anyways, let me continue. The people that were once in your life are no longer permanent, or maybe you're meeting new people that are making you realize that the people that were once in your life before aren't really shit. So people start to have temporary places, and it seems like you're losing a lot of people around you, but that, honey, is part of growing up. Like, you start to realize who is for you and who is not for you. And in the same way, people start to realize that you're not for them. So you might think, oh, what's wrong with me? They don't want to talk to anymore, but you have to assess your own behaviors as well. Like, sometimes people just don't like you or want to be around you anymore, and that's perfectly okay because we're all growing. And part of growth is assessing the relationships in your life and deciding what should continue to be there and what really is serving you no good. Now, in terms of that, I would say at some point you have to realize how your own behavior is affecting other people and how other people's behavior is affecting you. So this is when you start to pick and choose, and you're very much allowed to do this. I feel like a lot of people feel guilty for no longer wanting to be as close to the people that they may once were, but you have to, everyone's entitled to what you should feel like. No one in your life should feel like they should permanently be there. And if they're no longer, this might sound really like self-centered, but if they're no longer fulfilling a purpose for you, then there's no reason why they should be there. There's that saying that says you are a reflection of the 5 closest people to you. And this is when you have to start deciding if the 5 people around you are people that you want to be the 5 around you. Like, at this age, there's a lot of people still mixed up in drama, just gossiping. Like, all they have to do with their time is talk about other people. Like, they're not really seeing the bigger picture. And if you don't want to be around that anymore, you're very much entitled to say that this, like, whatever this is no longer suiting me. Like, it doesn't sit well with me anymore, and I'm going to walk away from it. Anyways, where was I? Money. So yes, we start picking up bills. We start working, we have a lot more money for uni, your first rounds of student finance are coming through, you have a lot of financial, I wouldn't say a lot of financial freedom, but this is probably the time in your life where you've had the most financial freedom ever. And you start spending, then you're broke. You start spending some more, then you get some more money, then you start spending again, and then you're broke. And then you're like, this time it's gonna be different, and then you start spending again, and then you're broke. But as I said, with everything, you fail, and you fail fast. So there are lessons in your life that need to be learned, and the only way you're going to learn them is to live through them. Like, your parents can tell you that you need good credit or that you should save money, but you won't feel that until, as they say, those who don't hear must feel. Lessons that you experience by yourself is a lesson well learned, and the chances of it happening again are low. Take everything that happens to you as an experience. So if you had a lot of money and now you're broke, don't see it as, oh, I wasted all that money, because guess what, it's not coming back. You just have to know for next time, how are you gonna save? It's all a learning journey, and that's the beauty of being in your early 20s or making mistakes early, is that you make them now when it's less important, so that you won't make them in the future when it's vital, you know? So right now you don't have a mortgage to pay, you don't have kids to pay for, so financial responsibility is still something that you're very much learning. So don't necessarily feel so guilty about everything. Like, what was I saying? Yeah, you're still learning and you still have quite a lot of chances to get it right, but the important thing is that you learn the lesson, you implement the changes needed to keep moving. Oh god, that concealer around my nose thing was the worst thing I could have ever done. Not happy about that. And oh god, why me? Yeah, money management is important, and even if it doesn't feel like it now, you need to start making healthy financial decisions to make sure that your credit score is still up to date. You don't want to be in debt. Like, these are the things that are scary as a young person, because we're just learning. They don't teach us about money in school, so once we learn everything all at once. But on the other side of that, while I will say that saving is important, again, this may be subjective and it may be just down to your own priorities. Your youth is it's the best time to just be free and try everything. So I would say don't be that person that saves all their money and misses out on experiences, because part of the learning journey and the growth is those experiences. So don't be like, oh, I'm not going on holiday because I'm trying to save money, but you can just be like, I'm not going to go at as many holidays, or I'm not going to go to expensive places. Like, there's ways around it. You don't have to shortchange yourself off life to save money, because at the end of the day, money isn't anything if we can't spend it, you know? So there has to be some enjoyment in it. Like, there has to be something. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm not gonna do absolutely anything with my day, I'm gonna spend money, I'm gonna save money, because it's gonna get mundane. Like, you're gonna get bored. And if you're saving up for one big thing, then great, like, do your saving. You're trying to save up for your house, amazing, but don't shortchange yourself in those experiences because of this fear of spending money. Like, you need to have a healthy relationship with money where you know how to spend it, not that you're running away from spending it or running away from saving it. Like, you need to have a healthy balance between being able to spend appropriately and handle it appropriately and be able to have nice things, but also being able to save and all the rest of it. Wow, I sound like such an adult. Anyways, time to do my hair, which is a hot mess right now, but we're gonna do it anyways. So guys, my hair this week is from UNice Hair. Your homegirl is over frontals and closures. Honestly guys, it's not it. It's not it. Maybe I'm just bad at hair, who knows, but the level of upkeep for a frontal or a closure is actually just not worth my life. And I just don't understand. So you pay a stylist so much money for a frontal that lasts quite a few days, you look good. If it's for a big event, fine. But then I can't install it to the level that the stylist can. Maybe that's my own laziness, but I can't. Like, it's peeling, I don't believe it. The foundation is just, it's sticking everywhere. It's not cute. It's 100% just not what I'd want in a frontal. But so I have been testing out the leave out gang once again because I'm tired of it. I'm done with frontals, done with closures. I just want to see a natural hairline. Like, I'm just tired. I'm over it. I'm so done. So we've been enjoying our own hairline for the most part, but as you all know, that also comes with some heat damage. But I'm wearing like 28 inches of the Brazilian, is it Brazilian? Yeah, the Brazilian straight bundles. I absolutely love long hair, so love it, absolutely love it. And to be honest, like, at first I thought my hair wouldn't blend in with the length so well. I know I look crazy right now, but believe me, we're gonna be cute in just a second. So the first thing I do to protect myself from extensive levels of heat damage is I use the John Frieda Frizz Ease, which, so basically if you had your hair natural for some time, straightening it to get straight can be very difficult because it's not used to being straight. So as soon as you straighten it, it's just gonna frizz back up again, which mine is doing. But if you use the right products, then you can kind of minimize this frizzing. So all you need to do is take like 1 and a bit pumps. This is usually best to do when your hair is damp, but like it works perfectly fine when your hair is also quite dry. It says use it on damp hair, but like, you know, yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm literally just gonna get that part here that I put all the gel on, even though I think I put too much. And we're just gonna straighten it. The straightener has been on for a while. Da, da, da. So yeah, I'm just gonna straighten this in fairly small sections. Honestly, if you guys don't want heat damage, then just don't straighten your hair, like. But if you don't mind, I've been natural for quite a few years now, and it's come to the point where like I understand that my hair is just gonna, if it gets heat damage, it will be a little bit damaged, but it will grow back. I don't mind. Like, I actually have no problem with it, which is why I made the decision that I can have a leave out. But if you're not fully comfortable with heat on your hair just yet, then this probably isn't the method for you. But anyways, this hair straightens really well. I've probably been wearing it for all of February now. I've been wearing it. Yeah, most of February, probably like the last few weeks. And I have just felt so natural. I haven't had to feel like my closure's out of place or my frontals doing that snake skin thing. I've just been enjoying life. Okay, so we're just gonna straighten it. And the key to making them link together is to straighten your hair with the leave out. No, straighten the extensions with the leave out is what I mean. The only thing is that obviously frontals do a really good job of framing your face. My leave out has been giving me so much freedom with how I do my hair. 12-inch leave out has managed to keep up with it. Like, it doesn't look different, it doesn't stand out. The only thing is that when it rains, my hair can't fully get wet because otherwise I'm gonna look like a crazy person, you know? But I've been enjoying a leave out, even though it's not a permanent thing. It's honestly really just out of the frustration for frontals, but I'll be back to normal frontals by next week, you know? But if you'd like to purchase these bundles, they are available from Uni's here. I'll leave all the details down below. Damn, I look pretty good. Like, you know, sometimes we get these new inventions of technology, these advances, and then we feel like we can't live without them, but sometimes it's actually back to basics, and I'm really enjoying this look, this hair. If my hair was black, I would dye this though, but that's a whole different story. But anyways, I hope my advice on being in your 20s and what to look out for helped. The most important thing to remember is to prioritize what you want. Think about what you want. Take everything as a learning journey, and don't be too hard on yourself, but also be aware, be focused, and just enjoy life. There comes a point where you just have to stop thinking about everything so much and be aware, know exactly what you want, and enjoy the journey that comes with it. Enjoy learning, enjoy failing, and enjoy working out. Like, that's just that process of learning lessons and reaching the end of like a small season. Just appreciate everything that happens in between. But yeah, on that note, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will leave all my hair details down below, and you guys can shop this look. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.